failed KOM attempt. On Anstey Lane in Surrey, pretty beaut climb. They've repaved it, so I thought I'd give it a go. It's also got a good tailwind on this day. So right, we're going down a bit of downhill. The segment starts just on where this house is on the left-hand side about now. Sorry for this little bit of stuff on the camera screen. I think I'll wipe it off after a bit. But anyway, so basically it's about through the KOM's about 3:52, so it's about 4-minute to 5-minute effort. So I was trying to hold about 400 or so. So basically at the beginning I was just trying to keep the speed up. Keep it high and basically just ensure that I carry momentum because I knew the last part was a little bit steeper. I'd never ridden it before, I'd ridden down it, that was it. I just saw it on Strava and was like, right, I'm going to give it a go. So anyway, the gradients might be quite questionable. There's my hand coming across. And anyway, you can see I'm getting a bit too excited here. I go up to 500 watts, which is a bit of an error. But anyway, I'm really just trying to keep the momentum going because I know there's a series of ramps and you just need to keep like smashing it. And I know the average speed is 22 k's an hour for the whole thing. But here you can see the speed, the power definitely goes down a bit on some of the flatter parts. But anyway, still now like I'm on pace. I'm maybe a couple seconds off the KOM, and I continue that for a bit, and then you'll see at the end when I absolutely capitulate, and it's pretty embarrassing to be honest. But anyway, not every day is plain sailing. Not every day I can get my best power and get whatever I want, get top 10 or whatever. I think maybe 4,000 people have done this climb, so top 10 definitely should be reasonable, and I'm pretty sure I'll get top 10 next time I do this if there's a bit of a tailwind. And I actually have pressure in my tyre. I'm not sure if you'll know, but like my tyres have been mugging me off so much recently. Basically, the back tyre just seems to constantly have like a slow leak. I've changed tyres. I think it's just the rim tape isn't done properly. I don't even know. But anyway, basically the pressure in my tyre seems about 50 psi constantly. So I pumped it up at the top and then ride down and ride up, and it's still rubbish. You can feel it really slowing you down. But anyway, I can't really complain that much. So anyway, this climb is pretty fast actually. You could probably do this in the big ring. I probably should have done in retrospect because you really get up to like 30 k's an hour down here. It's only about 4% and you're really flying. The gradient here, I think, sometimes it's just all over the place because suddenly you'll be going like 25k an hour on like a 12% gradient, which is obviously wrong. But anyway, on this bit here, I was really starting to hurt. This is about a couple minutes in, and I was just absolute agony. And I remember just thinking, like, I really want to give up. I was like, nah, we're going to do it. And I actually really suffered on this one quite a lot, but not enough. So here we're going 30 k's an hour. Then we suddenly get down to like 27. And this is when I really put in quite a big dig. Maybe it's a little bit too much of a dig because I think I get up to like 470 watts here. Really just trying to keep the momentum going over this little rise because I know it gets up to like 13%. I was like, right, if I keep the momentum over this, I then know that it then flattens off a little bit and I'll be able to keep the speed. Because often on these climbs when they're ramps, it's very important to keep the speed. But now I somehow go down to 7k an hour on a 15% rate, which is obviously wrong. There's no way I suddenly go from like 15 to half my speed. This is where I'm really questionable about my GPS data because how could I be going 6k an hour on a 17% gradient, like 330, 350 watts? Like, I mean, I can almost judge from here. The 4k an hour is like walking pace. There's no way I'm doing walking pace. Like, this whole thing just does seem a little bit like bad at the moment. There are a lot of cars, which is really annoying because you have to slow down. But still, even so, I still think I'm going over 8k an hour here. Maybe I think this part is probably more accurate. 15k an hour, I'm still probably going over 10k an hour. Like, I can't really believe this because if you look at my cadence, like I'm struggling to believe the speeds. Anyway, this bit is when I was really hurting, so it's sort of irrelevant the speed because the power is still decent. I think I held like 380 for my effort. But so I knew this is the last part, just around this left-hand corner. And I was really trying to give absolutely everything to try and just get across. And this is where I just failed mentally. Like I just gave up about 15 seconds. No, like we were probably only within 5 seconds at full gas, but I lost about 15 seconds in this last like 20 meters or whatever because I just gave up. Just a little bit up here, you'll suddenly see that my watts just absolutely drop because I think that's the end. Because I sort of looked before and like the end isn't actually at the top, but like so I gave up way too early. I don't know what I was doing on these efforts. Just always like remove all doubt of like where the finish line might be. Just get to the very top, and then you know you've given your 100% effort, and then it doesn't matter. But even so, we're still doing decent effort, and like it drops down the power a little bit, and then here I'm like, oh yeah, I'm done, and it's just like, well, you're just obviously not. Like that's not top of the climb. Just don't be so weak. And actually just harden up and just go all the way to the finish. Because look, now I'm just wasting time. I mean, the finish is somewhere up here. Like it's pretty close to the end of this finish. But even so, it's just a dreadful effort for me. I'm still a bit annoyed with the GPS data. I've emailed Wahoo because my other effort on Coombe Lane just didn't even show up. So I've emailed them to try and figure out. Some say it's a GoPro issue. I've seen other people have had issues with their GoPros interfering with the element. I don't even know. But anyway... it was a decent effort. I'm off cycling for a week. I'm going skiing, but when I'm back, I'll do a couple more of these efforts.
Labyrinth, come in. Labyrinth, come in.